Hello and welcome to Chick Chat and Chill. And what's up for today? We're going to talk about all that crap that you don't need and you keep buying and it's all over your house. So stay tuned and we'll hopefully have some fixes for that. Hello. So I'm Antoinette. I'm the owner of Pixel This, which is a full service design firm. So whether you need logos or promotions, we got your back. We just love all different types of companies. I've done everything from, healthcare to health and beauty and electronics, whatever it is, I'm sure we can find a solution for you. But I want to introduce my co-host before we deep dive into today's topic. And Laura, take it away.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here on Chick Chat and Jill with you guys. I'm Laura Fickett. I am the owner of Fickett Financial Education and Business Coaching, where I love to help people make more money, manage it better, and retain it to build their wealth. And you might be thinking, like, what would I need a service like yours for? Well, if you want to be more wealthy, let's set up a free consultation and see how we can make it happen. But today, this topic might actually help you be more wealthy because we're talking about when you buy stuff, but you don't really need it, but you buy it anyway. And it's consumerism that's like out of control. And I was holiday shopping and it happened to me. I was holiday shopping for other people and I saw these nice soft, like the really soft material, cozy pajamas. And I was like, I think I need these. They were only like $15 too. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a set, top and bottom. And they were so soft. I'm like, oh, I can just imagine how they would feel sleeping in these cozy pajamas. But realistically, I have pajamas. Okay. It's not like, maybe my husband would prefer that I don't have pajamas, to be honest.
Damn it, why does she keep buying these clothes?
Why does she keep on buying pajamas? I have plenty of pajamas. I do not need this new cozy pair. And even though it was only $15, I was like, you know what? I don't need this new cozy pair of pajamas. So I put them back. And that's where it starts. It starts with the realization, like, I don't need to, it doesn't matter if it was $5. Like, I don't need more of this stuff coming into my home when I already have enough. And guess what? For the holiday, for Christmas, I got a new pair of pajamas from somebody else. So, like,
how funny is that?
God's like, here, you wanted cozy pajamas.
Here
there you go. And had I bought those other ones, then I would have had two. And a lot of you women are like, well, that's fine, Laura. You could have 1,000 pairs of pajamas. Because let's face it, like, I may look okay right now, but when I get home, I look homeless. I go right from outdoor wear to pajamas. My entire laundry is like half pajamas.
No, but I think you touch upon a lot of key things like in what you just said. So first is, if you see something, number one, if it's not on your list, odds are you probably don't need it.
Oh, that's like 50% of the stuff.
Yeah. So
I was at a mall too when this happened. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I know.
People actually go to malls.
For those of you under 25, a mall is this place.
No, but I think that's key. It's like at least stick to what you're in the store for. But then the other thing is that you touched upon was, okay, let's say this thing was full price. Would you still buy it? You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of times, too, people actually spend money to save money. They're like, look, I'm saving. It's only whatever. But you're spending money. And in your head, you think you're saving and you're really not.
You mean I don't need like 5 pounds of baked beans from BJ's? What?
Odds are no. But and then the other thing I think you touched upon, which was really key, was do I have something that I already own that actually serves this purpose?
I do.
And so
I could legitimately not wear pajamas, and I think it might serve a better purpose.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, but I think those are like 3 key things to at least check yourself. Because I know for me, I just went through a big move. So I moved from Connecticut to Florida, and I did it in spurts, So at first, I just literally took some bags here. And then I went back and ended up getting a couple things and bringing it. And then I had stuff in Connecticut. I had stuff here. And then when my dad died, I moved back in with my mom. So I had stuff in storage and it was like all over the place.
Nothing says I have too much stuff than moving.
Yeah. Yeah. So I finally got a lot of this stuff moved. I still have to move out of my storage unit, but unfortunately, when I moved into my last home in Connecticut, I was gonna do a home renovation of like my previous home I totally renovated myself. And it took, like 5 years of nights and weekends. And I went, no, no, no. I just want it done. I didn't want to unpack. I want to take like a couple months, get it done, and just be done. And anyway, I hired this moron who just screwed up my house, and then it was like condemned. So I never got to unpack. This is my life. So never got to unpack. So I'm literally moving stuff that I haven't looked at in like well over a decade.
Probably should have moved it right to the dumpster.
But that's kind of the problem. Like, honestly, it was just, so I'm moving stuff that I didn't even need probably once. And now, and I'm just inundated with stuff. And I'm opening up these boxes that I'm like, what? Like, I can't even imagine. And then I'm trying to get my mom moved, and it's the same thing. And it's so hard because you're looking at stuff and you're like, it's still nice. It's in good condition, but why?
Yes.
Like, I
you
think
spent
that's
money on that.
Yeah.
Like you worked hard to earn the money to pay for that. And it's like, my son said to me, my older son, he said, Mom, if you look around this house and you add up all the stuff in it, how much do you think it all costs? So I start looking around, and I had to stop when I started getting disgusted. So like, because realistically, like, hundreds of thousands of dollars of stuff inside this home, did it need to happen? Like, a lot of it did not need to happen. It just didn't need to happen. And it starts with stopping yourself from purchasing it in the first place.
Yeah.
And I think society is not set up for this, right? Because I don't have a Temu app because I don't want them to have all the information on my phone and be able to get into my accounts from Asia. But like
yeah, I've heard bad things.
Yes. Maybe it's a great company. I have no idea. Don't sue us. So, but it's so easy for somebody to go on the app, right? Look at the stuff. Do you really need whatever it is? Like you probably don't. There's something that you have that is going to serve the same purpose or better or whatever. So I am in the habit now. I'm trying to get in the habit of, if I bring something in, something else needs to go.
Yeah, that's a
right.
good habit.
So if I did bring in those new pajamas, then I would have to get rid of another pair of pajamas.
Yeah.
So that's one way to kind of like curb it from happening. But the other part is like, I'm starting to put it on a list. Like I coach people in like this magic money needs and wants list. So say I was like, all right, I want these pajamas. Put down pajamas, $15, put the store or whatever. Because a month later, I'm not going to go back to that store and get the pajamas.
Yeah.
So it's important way to go shopping. It's what I coach people on. You can go shopping because you want the instant gratification of like maybe feeling the pajamas or like looking online and shopping. But you don't want the regret of spending. The regret of spending on some of this junk is just so big. So separate the activity. Shop if you want. If you like shopping, write it all down. Then 2 weeks later, only go back and purchase what you truly need. Yeah. What's not going to sit in the back of the closet or in a storage unit or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just, oh my God, I'm going to forget or this or that. Like
You won't forget if you write it down.
Yeah, well, I take like pictures or something like that. So same thing, even if you're online shopping, a screenshot or something, and there's actually something very satisfying, and then, okay,
But if you forget, you don't need it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then a week later, you're like, what was I thinking? Or I can't even tell you how many times, like even I'm going through unpacking stuff, I have clothes with tags still on it. Like, so this is something that I clearly fell in love with. It was a must have, and I've never even worn the damn thing,
Yeah, I know.
And
the tough part is though, like you don't want to, you can donate clothes, but there's certain other items like it's hard to resell them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to throw them away because they're good.
Yeah. And I kind of feel bad about those things that I know I can't really sell. I can't really donate. And it's like, it's just going to go to a dump. And therefore,
or your storage unit.
Yeah. Or my storage. And therefore you keep it, which you don't want your house to become the dump. You know what I mean? So I think before you even start, I think to me, I think the first phase of this is actually kind of going through your house and doing like a good purge. You know what I mean? Because when you get your house like organized, and then you'll know, oh my God, I didn't realize I had 30 black shirts,
Yeah, right.
or I didn't realize that I
Those
owned.
20 body lotions. I don't need
Yeah,
another body lotion.
exactly. But when you take that inventory of like what you have and actually have it organized, and then you purge, you actually, the being organized is like a feeling that you don't want to give up. You know what I mean?
Maybe you could go shopping through your own home. You find those things that you forgot and it's new.
Put price tags on it. Negotiate with yourself. $2. I'll give you.
Exactly.
Or do it with your friends, like you each shop each other's homes.
Purging sounds great, like in theory. Like I always think like, oh, let me pretend I'm selling my house and set it up like that way. But the purging that I have committed to doing is like, every day one thing goes away. Like every day one thing goes away. That means after 365 days, I've gotten rid of 365 things. Because like the idea of just going through things and purging,
I find
for me.
It's easier, like even when I'm helping my mom with her move, it's easier to tell somebody else to purge something because I don't have that emotional attachment to it. And it's harder when I might have the same thing that's doing nothing. It's sitting in a cabinet high up in my kitchen's never been used ever since it's moved in this house, and yet can't throw it away.
I have a bank, like coin bank. There's no coins in it. It's about this tall. It's in the shape of a ceramic ice cream cone that my daughter painted when she was 10 on top of my cabinet. And that ice cream cone will sit there forever.
Yeah, it's just so tough, you know?
Yeah, but you have to start somewhere. So I think not bringing more into the home, good idea. If you do bring something into the home, then something else needs to go. So you're not adding to the accumulation. Shopping versus spending is great. And then the other habit breaking thing that I like to coach people on is if you're in the habit of buying stuff on Amazon, on Temu, whatever, and it comes into your home and then it sits in the box, or maybe you use it and then you don't use it, try going 2 weeks where only spending that you can do is necessity spending. So you can spend on gas, you can spend on groceries, but that's it. You have to get out of the habit of consumerism.
Yeah.
And I have gone like 2 weeks only on necessity spending. And I'm like, wow, like I saved so much money in the past 2 weeks not buying. And it means that I also don't buy anything unnecessary for the children. And I've gotten in a great habit of only buying for holidays for them instead of every time we're out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you can go 2 weeks only, like resetting your system on just necessity spending, you're going to find like, wow, that's really empowering. Anything that you see in those 2 weeks, because you're still in the habit of shopping, like I said, write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down. Don't buy it though. Like you cannot spend anything. And I think back to like when my parents had envelope budgeting, right? And so they would put the money in the envelopes. And when it got down to it, the only two envelopes that were left were like gas and groceries. They did not do. My mom was not buying throw pillows because she would have had to take it out of the gas or grocery envelope, which she wasn't doing.
Yeah.
So now that we've gone away from cash, it's almost like at the casino where they just give you chips and they don't give you cash because you don't really know how much you're spending.
Yeah.
Charge it, debit card, all this other stuff. Like it's lost that feeling of like, I earned this money. I mean, nothing will kick you back into money reality than actually cashing your check, or like say you get direct deposit, take the $2,000 out or whatever you got and spend just cash for a week or two. You're going to be a little bit more a better steward of your finances.
Oh, for sure.
If you do that exercise, like if you want to, like I say, spend 2 weeks of just only buying like what necessities. You want to go big or go home, take your paycheck out and only spend cash for 2 weeks. Like you will not be buying things that are unnecessary because to pull out $50 out of your pocket and buy a pair of pajamas or something you don't need, you won't do it.
Yeah. And also keep track too. Like if you, I don't know, let's say you make, I don't know, $20 an hour or something at your job, and then you're looking at a pair of shoes or something and they're $200. Do that. Is working 10 hours worth those shoes? and
Depends
actually
on the
less than
shoes.
that because you have, taxes taken out or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta
So
work like 11 or 12
yeah,
hours.
so really figure out that what it is and like are these shoes worth 15 hours of my time when
How many hours have I had to work to support each child? Was it really worth my time? I'm just kidding.
No, but I think those are key things. And also, I think you touched upon too with the ease of checking it out versus like using cash. There's so many apps where we have our credit card info stored on there. Delete it. Like delete it because again, it's so easy to press a button or do this or do that where you probably would spend less if you're like, oh, do I want to get the credit card and enter like
Oh, I just bought a baby goat while you were talking. I just buy anything from my phone.
yeah, you can. And it's just to the point where it's like one tap this, one tap that.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard that like there was a point in time where like the favorite pastime in America was actually shopping. Like it was the number one pastime, which is just crazy because we're the most like marketed to culture out there. And I know I had a huge problem where I used to have like it was like Friday was date night, so we go out for a date, and then after that was usually like shopping. And then it got to the point where when that relationship ended, I was like, I still had to go shopping. Like it was like torturous not to go shopping. I was like, oh my God, like it was an addiction.
I had a friend that started dating this girl that was also my friend, and he was asking me like, does she like to play games? I'm like, yeah, she plays cards. And he's like, well, what kind of cards? I'm like, MasterCard and Visa. Like that. The cards she plays.
Buckle down.
Save your pennies. That one's not going to be a cheap ride.
No. But yeah, and then I also heard that it was like 85% of all consumerism is women, which,
Well, maybe, I can't dive into the psychological effects of it. Obviously, we're looking for some instant gratification.
Yeah.
We're looking for, something to fill some other void or whatever. I don't know. Like some therapist would probably tell us what the deal is. Maybe the new age guys aren't buying us as much stuff and we need to buy it ourselves. Oh, it's possible.
but then too, I think a lot of females are in charge of budgets of households more so than men. So it's not just consumerism, but ultimately they have the buying power. Like even, I'm in the real estate market with some stuff and, you just know that the woman is usually the leader of what house you're going to get or vice versa.
Yeah. But I really feel like, so we're recording this in January. So, everybody's on the goals and all kinds of other stuff. But I think this topic comes up throughout the year. People want to get out of debt. They want to spend less on their credit cards. They want to, like sometimes when I'm going through with somebody and they say, I want to get out of debt of a $20,000 on the credit card, I say to them, what is the $20,000 made up of? Because it matters in how I coach them. If it's made up of gas and groceries and everything like that, then I need to help them increase their income because they're not meeting their basic needs. But if it's made up of, shopping at stores and Amazon and all this other stuff, then I need to help them like curtail their appetite for consumerism. And so take a look at your bills too. Like take a look at your credit card statement. Is it made up of necessities? Then you need to, try and make more money or figure out your finances in that way. Is it made up of stuff that if you could return it, like you should?
Yeah.
Look at a credit card bill from like 8 months ago and look at all the stuff that's on there. The stuff that you purchased, would you return it now if you could? Like, that means that you have an issue. You have a problem just like me and a lot of other people that you need to stop yourself and be like, I don't need the pajamas. I have pajamas. I don't need new pajamas. When one gets a hole, I will buy a new one and I will throw out the ones with the hole. Like, let's just stop with the consumerism because we all are there.
Well, I think a lot of people too, they're like, oh, I just need to make more money or I need this or I need that. But the fact is, if you're making, I don't know, $20,000 a year annually, if you can't manage your money at that, you're never going to manage it at 100,000 or 200,000 or even if you made $500,000. That's why you see all these, people that they might win the lottery and then they're declaring bankruptcy, or it's this major star that hit it big with this song and they made millions of album sales and then they're declaring bankruptcy. Like, again, because if you can't manage on a small budget, you're never going to manage on a big one.
If your habit is to spend 110% of what you make, it's make
always
20, you're going to spend 22. You make 2 million, you're going to spend 2.2 million. It's always going to be more. That's your habit. And like I said, I don't know the psychological reasons, but hopefully these are some tips that we've given you that you can say no to the other stuff. I mean, I do like the one that you said about, like, if it was full price, like if those pajamas were $40, would I still buy them? Like, no. But if my child needed breakfast and it was $5, I would buy it. If it's $10, I would buy it. If it's $15, I would buy it. My child needs breakfast.
Yeah.
So the things you actually need, like, you're going to find a way to purchase.
Yeah.
The things that you don't need, once the price gets too high, you're like, "I forget it. I don't
Yeah.
need it. I don't need it." That's the words that come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't need it. The second those words come out, I don't need it, put it down.
Yep.
Walk away from the pajamas.
Yeah.
Some of these stores, though, it's like, they're giving stuff away. Like,
Yeah. But in the end, it just ends up being more stuff.
just more stuff.
Yeah. And again, you're buying money to save money, which is crazy. So
I don't know how they got us into this, like, pattern.
I think
Where did they reprogram us?
I think it's something with the, like, advent of, like, credit cards. I mean, before credit cards, like, if you didn't have the cash, you didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not taking it out of the food envelope.
No. And it's like the fact that everyone's like, I'll put it on the card, I'll put it on the card, put it on the card. And then next thing you know, people have like $50,000 of credit card debt and they're like, And the fact is, a lot of people don't even have enough money to survive a major incident happening in their life. Like, let's say you get deathly ill for like a month, or
getting more
you know what I mean? No, but you know what I mean? Like,
they don't even have $1,000 in savings.
In savings, like the majority of people,
or like,
exactly. And then they're like, "Oh my God, I need all this stuff," and then they almost punish themselves. Like, I think part of it is like reward and punishment with these purchases. Like, you spend too much and then you punish yourself, but then you did good for a week and like it's crazy.
Yeah, we're messed up in the head. Like, it's not just the women. You guys do it too. Come on, get us out there. But yeah, you gotta say, at some point you have to break the cycle.
Yeah.
Or you have to say no. You just have to stop. And it is with children. So I do want to address this with kids too, because I have 4 kids. I was in a habit, and if the kids are watching, they'll be like, "She was never in the habit of buying us all kinds of stuff."
Liar.
You guys have it good. But I would get in the habit, like, if a kid came in the store with me, "Can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have this?" Like, and I would buy them 1 or 2 things, and it adds up over time. And then kids pick up on that kind of habit very quickly. Well, the last time we were in the store, that you bought me something, and then every time we go to the store, you buy me something, and then it's a constant guilt reminder. Like, you feel like a bad mom if you don't do it. But also, kids need food, clothing, shelter, and love.
Yeah.
That's what they need. They don't need another pack of gum, or they don't need a stuffed animal. Or that was like a Boston accent there. Stuffed animal. They don't need all this stuff. And what you're actually doing is you're training them to be a consumer.
Yeah.
Instead of to being like, you're not sitting down with them and being like, "Oh, instead of buying this $20 stuffed animal, we're going to buy $20 in stock in, Target, because Target's where they sell the stuffed
animal." Or even
animals.
just tell them, like, put it on a list. If you really like this, put it on your list, and their birthday or something is coming up. And then when it comes time for their birthday,
then you have stuff to buy them. Yeah.
You have stuff to buy them. And a lot of times they'll realize they don't want it either.
Yeah. They can change their mind like in 3 seconds.
It's like,
I mean, how many times have we cleaned their rooms and we find all kinds of stuff that we shouldn't have bought them, that they didn't need, that's no good, throw it away. And how much work did we do to pay for those things that...
Yeah. And one thing I think that kind of like the last point, because we're probably at some point need to wrap things up, but I think too is if we have less stuff, we will take better care of it. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, I'm partly convinced that nobody owns more clothes than I do. I mean, I just bought a huge house with walk-in closets in every bedroom, and they're packed. Like, they're packed to the nines, and I still have bags and bags of clothes I haven't even unpacked.
Only she was exactly my size. Only.
But it's one of those that it just happens, and I know I'm so careless with my clothes. Like, something will happen or whatever, but yet if I only had one black shirt or, maybe a couple pairs of jeans versus 50, then when they're dirty or when they're clean, I'll make sure I fold them and put away instead of like, oh, they're packed up on the dresser or they're this or
Treadmill.
I'm stepping on them. Like I just think you take better care of stuff when there's less of it.
Yeah. Or if you save for it.
Yeah.
So like somebody told me a long time ago, like now I have prescription glasses, but like if you buy sunglasses for like $10, you will lose them, you'll break them, you'll do whatever. But if you save up and you buy like a $200 pair of sunglasses, you'll have them forever because you will take better care of it. So there is something to be said for not impulsive buying and saving up for the good quality thing that you want, and then you will have it forever. Like for Christmas, I gave my 21-year-old daughter, I gave her a frying pan. Okay. So like, you're like, wow, you're a horrible mother. No, she needs to cook. It's for the boys to fend them off. But no, it was a good frying pan. Like it was $100 frying pan. This will be with her for the next 20 years. It wasn't just some cheap little thing, that kind of stuff. And she will take good care of this frying pan.
This is a true story. So in packing up my mom's, so my mom is 86. She actually has pans that her mom gave her, like, when she first moved out of the house. And these things are probably better looking than any of the other frying pans she's bought thereafter.
That will be my daughter's frying pan. So when you save up for things, or like she had it on a list and I was able to purchase it for her, she will have this forever. She won't need to buy other frying pans. Like now she has this one good quality thing.
Yeah.
So I think the habits and behavior is really important. But we got to wrap things up. And so our next topic is really important. It's about you make a tiny little change and it makes like such a huge difference. And we have some really great examples that we're going to give you. So until then, never stop learning
and never stop laughing. See you next week.